Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived a young boy named Yoki. Yoki wasn't just any ordinary boy, he was always asking big questions. He wondered about the meaning of life, where to find peace, and, most importantly, why socks always disappeared in the laundry. One day, Yoki heard about a wise Zen master who lived atop the tallest hill in the village. This master was said to have the answers to all of life's mysteries. Determined, Yoki set out on a journey to meet him. After a long and exhausting climb, Yoki arrived at the Zen temple. Inside, the wise Zen master sat peacefully, as if he had been expecting Yoki all along. The master, with a gentle smile and twinkling eyes, welcomed him. "Ah, Yoki, I've been expecting you," the master said. "Wait, how did you know I was coming?" Yoki asked, surprised. The Zen master grinned. "The same way I know where your socks have been disappearing." Yoki's eyes widened. "You are wise." Yoki sat down, eager to learn the secret to inner peace. "Master, how can I find Zen?" 10 years, the Zen master said calmly. Yoki's eyes widened in disbelief. 10 years? That's a long time. But what if I work really hard? I mean really hard. How soon can I find Zen then? The Zen master paused for a moment, then replied, 20 years. Yoki's jaw dropped. Okay, what if I devote myself entirely? No distractions, no video games, no snacks, just pure focus. How long would it take? The Zen master smiled, chuckling a little. 30 years. Yoki threw his hands up, looking like he'd just been told dessert would take 30 years. He couldn't understand. The harder he promised to work, the longer it seemed to take. Master, I don't get it. The more I work, the longer it takes. Why is that? The Zen master looked at him kindly. When you have one eye fixed on the goal, you have only one eye on the path. Yoki looked puzzled, trying to figure out what the master meant. The Zen master could see Yoki's confusion and decided to explain it another way. Yoki, imagine you're climbing a big, tall tree, and at the top, there's a juicy, delicious fruit waiting for you. Yoki imagined himself climbing a giant cartoon tree, the golden fruit shining at the top. If all you do is stare at that fruit, dreaming of how good it will taste, you'll probably lose your balance and fall. In his imagination, Yoki wobbled on the tree, nearly falling. But, if you focus on each step, on where you place your hands, your feet, feeling the bark under your fingers, then you'll make it to the top safely. And the fruit will taste even sweeter when you get there. Yoki realized something important. He had been so focused on finding Zen, on reaching the goal, that he had forgotten to enjoy the journey. Here's the lesson for all of us. In life, we often become so fixated on achieving our goals, whether it's mastering a new skill, reaching a career milestone, or finding personal success, that we forget to appreciate the process. Imagine an athlete training for a marathon. If they only think about crossing the finish line, they miss the months of training, the early mornings, and the small victories along the way. It's the journey, the sweat and perseverance, that build strength, not just the finish line. Or think of a musician. If they only care about the applause at the end of a concert, they miss the joy of creating each note, the passion in every chord. The journey is what makes the performance meaningful. For entrepreneurs, the excitement of financial success can blind them to the beauty of building something from the ground up. It's the process, the learning, the risks, the failures, that teaches resilience. The Zen master smiled as he saw Yoki's eyes light up with understanding. So, it's not just about reaching the top. It's about enjoying every step along the way, right? Yoki asked. Exactly. When you stop rushing to the top, you'll realize that the journey itself is the reward. Yoki imagined climbing the tree again, but this time, he smiled. He wasn't rushing anymore, he was enjoying the breeze, the birds chirping, and the journey up the tree. Yoki stood up, bowing to the master, feeling lighter than when he arrived. I get it now, master. I won't worry so much about when I'll find Zen. I'll just focus on being present. The Zen master, with a twinkle in his eye, said, and when you stop looking for Zen, Yoki, Zen will find you. Yoki turned to leave, but stopped and looked back, curiosity still in his eyes. Master, one last thing, about those missing socks. The Zen master laughed. Ah, Yoki, that is a mystery even I can't solve. Like Yoki, we often believe that happiness, success, or fulfillment lies somewhere in the future. But the real magic happens in the present moment. Every step we take, every effort we put in, is part of our growth. Think about it, if an athlete focused only on winning a gold medal, they'd miss the thousands of hours of training that make them strong. If a student only cared about the grade at the end of the exam, they'd miss the joy of learning. And if an entrepreneur only chased the reward, they'd miss the beauty of building something from the ground up. The journey itself is the reward. Yoki realized that the key to finding Zen, or any kind of success, wasn't about working harder or faster. It was about being present. So, as you move forward in life, take each step mindfully. Celebrate your progress, however small, and embrace the journey as a whole. Because sometimes, the greatest reward isn't the achievement itself, but who you become along the way. Remember, life is like climbing that tree. If you spend all your time staring at the fruit, you'll miss the beauty of the climb. Enjoy the breeze, the feel of the bark, and the strength you gain with each step. The path to greatness, whether spiritual, personal, or professional, starts with focusing on each moment, each effort, and each breath. Master your journey, and you will master your life.